Hello, beautiful people. So I had this idea to just turn my camera on and start talking so that maybe I can actually post a YouTube video again, because when I started posting, I was doing okay, posting once a week, and then now it's been, I don't know, a few weeks now that I haven't posted video. So I have nothing planned in my head. I just thought, let me just talk about what I was just thinking of, which was about shedding layers of identity and how I've been shedding layers of my identity for years, but it's still happening and it's still going, and I still feel kind of far away from the truth of who I actually am, which is, I don't know, it's not all that frustrating because I'm kind of feeling like I just accept that in this moment, but I still think that makes me feel a certain kind of way, because I'm like, how I've been spending all my time trying to improve myself, and I'm still not exactly who I want to be, and I still don't know exactly how to be myself. It's really difficult, and there's so many layers. Like I said, there's so many layers. I mean, like, just even so, like, if you don't know, I'm a trans guy. So I mean, that's one element of this whole process of shedding layers of myself, and like this person that I was presenting to the world that wasn't really me, and then like allowing myself to just be more of myself in that sense. But like, to me, I feel like, from the outside perspective, like, to other people that seems like a lot, and that's probably like annoyingly all that they think about me, is like that being trans is such like a huge part of my identity, but it's really not. The bigger piece, I think, is I'm finding my neurodivergence is the biggest piece of me that is like has affected every area of my life, masking and just not being myself. And like it's frustrating, like, when certain people close to me think like all my issues came from me suppressing like my gender and sexuality, and it's just not how I feel. It feels a lot deeper than that. The thing that I've struggled with all my life is just feeling like people don't actually like who I am, like as a person, my personality, nothing having to do with my outward appearance, but like just who I am as a person. I've been struggling with that for my entire life, because I've always been made to feel like so many things about me are wrong. So I started covering up like everything about me that actually makes me who I am. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. And it's another thing which is so insane, like with other people online talking about how like everyone has autism these days, and it's just a trend, and it really doesn't matter if you are self-diagnosed or have an official diagnosis. Like, having an official diagnosis doesn't stop people from trying to tell you that you're not autistic, which is insane. because so many people just actually have no idea what autism is, because for the longest time people have only seen it from an outside behavioral perspective and not from like what is actually going on inside of a person. So no one actually knows what it is. So like if you're not so obviously to other people like obviously autistic and not a super high support needs autistic person, like people don't think that you are. And it's like even when you come to this understanding that you're autistic later in life, like to you it's like this big thing. For a lot of people, not for everyone. Not everyone feels like it's this big revelation. Is that the word that I'm looking for? Like, not everybody sees it that way, but a lot of us do. I'm kind of losing track of my point. Not sure what I was saying. Oh, the point that I was trying to get to is like, you know, people thinking that it's just trendy to be autistic and all this, but aren't realizing like the people that are finding out are going through a lot. Like when you find out and then you just kind of sit there and you like go through your entire life and see all the ways that being autistic has affected you, like, and it's not all like, it's a great relief to have that understanding about yourself, but it's also there's a lot of hard stuff that comes with that as well. And there's layers, so many layers of processing that, and it involves going back to a lot of difficult things that you've dealt with in life, in all these different ways that you've struggled, and all the ways that you have felt like an outsider in the world, and like nobody gets you, and just you think about your younger self, like in times that you were really struggling, trying to figure out like, well, I ran out of storage there, but that's the way that the world makes you feel, like there's something wrong with you, so you spend all this time trying to figure out what's wrong with you, and just not understanding, and then not understanding why everything always feels so hard for you, and why it seems so much easier for everybody else, and now everybody has these expectations of you that you're trying so hard to meet, and you just can't all the time. And when you are able to meet people's expectations for how you're supposed to be like functioning in the world, it completely drains you, and you're just exhausted. And then there's just so many things that come up, and so many experiences that, I mean, honestly, like some traumatic experiences for you, like that you have to process, and it's like, and it's a lot. And I also think that from the outside perspective, people just don't see how hard it is, and often just totally discount what you're going through, and it's like no big deal, and like everybody deals with these things, but it's like they're not actually seeing what it's truly like for you. And that's just really, you know, annoying that people have this perspective of like, you know, everybody's autistic now, everyone has ADHD now because it's trendy and everybody's trying to be cool. And it's like, also like a lot of us still like, I mean, sure, there's probably a lot of people that, you know, talk about this stuff and like, you know, meet more people like them and make some friends, but it's not, I mean, it's certainly not my experience. Like, there's no, like, there aren't really people in my life that are truly supportive and understanding of my experience, okay? I'm still pretty much invalidated all the time, so, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what direction this video has gone in. I was talking about shedding layers of identity, and like, you know, how just like in general, but a big part of that for me is having to do with the fact that I'm autistic, and uncovering that and trying to find ways to be more of myself. And it's like, it's a little bit frustrating because I felt like I've spent, you know, years, like, I mean, basically since, you know, from like 18, like deconstructing so many things about myself and what I believe, and like slowly becoming more and more myself. But it's like, still, even at this point after years, I can still tell that like I'm very restrictive in my self-expression. And it's like, oh god, like I feel like there's still so much work to do. Like, I mean, of course I know that, like, I mean, healing is a lifelong process for anyone. Like, it's always ongoing. We're always like improving in different ways, but it's just like, you know, it's still like a lot. Like, I know that, you know, there are just people who are closer to that. I mean, not to compare myself to other people, but I'm just trying to explain, like, how much it feels like to me that I still have to do, because I still don't know how to be myself, and I still like have all these thoughts, and I'm like holding all these judgments towards myself, and like assuming that other people are holding those judgments of me, when, you know, I can't know that for sure. I'm not other people, and I'm like working really hard to try to let go of that and allow myself to just be me, and not always worrying about what other people are thinking. But it's like, but it's so deep, because it's like, even when I'm alone, like I find myself stopping myself from doing things, because I'm like suddenly aware of, like, you know, if other people were around right now, like I would not be able to do this. And it's just frustrating, because I would like to get to this place where I'm able to unmask more and be more of myself, but I find it so difficult. So I guess I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. I don't know. I'm not sure how to end this. I don't know if I want to say anything else. Probably after I stop recording, I'll probably start thinking like, oh, I should have said this and this and this and this, but like, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop for now. But thank you for listening. Feel free to like this video, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe to this channel, and yeah, bye.